Hello everybody, Daniel Cunningham here, and today we're going to be continuing our GameMaker tutorial. So as you can see what I'm looking at here, it's a angle-y thingy. So, in spriting in GameMaker, normally you would think that 0 degrees would be up, and like 180 would be pointing down, but not in GameMaker, they have to confuse you. 0, as you can see in this example, 0 is actually pointing towards the right. So if we go back to GameMaker here, if I edit my sprite, as you can see, my player is actually pointing to the right. So yeah, just to get that out of the way, 0 is to the right. So we're going to be talking a bit about sprites. There is a center button here. You might be wondering what that is. That basically puts the origin right in the middle. You can do it manually by doing it here, but I usually just do center. You can modify the collision mask. I'm not going to get into that now as we don't need collision. And yeah, so note our name here is player. So if I click OK, and as I said in the previous episode, you can't put player into a room right now, into the game room, because player is not an object. You cannot put sprites into a game room, so we create an object of that sprite. So we go right click, create object. Now the name, we'll call it player without capitals, and as you can see, a resource with a name already exists. So people come up with this thing called, well, it's just calling the sprite. So we have sort of tags before the player name, so we'll go SPR for sprite, then underscore, because you can't put spaces. So we'll do SPR player, that's to clarify that it's actually a sprite. Then we'll click OK. And now with our object, we could name it player, but if we're referring in scripting and all that, it might actually mean the sprite. So we do obj player, obj, and we can give it a sprite by clicking here and going SPR player. So now we will go into movement with our player. Now, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of drag and drop things here. So there's also, if I close this, there's also a thing here called add event. This basically means if this event occurs, then do this. So, to give you an example, we can go add event on keyboard, letters W. Then we'll do on the move here, move fixed, upward at a speed of 2. Okay. So basically what that does, on my W key, move my player at a speed of 2 upwards. I can do this again by going keyboard, letters, A, and I can go like that, and I can just keep doing this. So we can have a player that moves around. So now our SPR player will actually move around. We want to go and create a room, so we want to right click on room. So this basically is something that holds the game world, pretty much. This is the game world, my bad. So we can click on the objects tab right here and go to object player, and we can put him in there. Yep. Alright, sorry about that. So we've put our player in there. We can resize him to our desire. I think that's actually not the right size, so we'll just delete him. Okay, so we'll put him back in. Then we can rename the room by right clicking, pressing F2, or we can just click there. And with the room we name it RM, and I'll just name it main. So we can run it in the tab up here, or we can click here, or we can press F5. So there's debug mode, and normally in debug mode you can change the stuff here while running it, but I'm just going to run it normally. So it'll take a little while to compile, so I'll pause the video and get you back when it's done. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see we have our room. We can move around in with WASD, but as you can see, well, you can't see, but I'll tell you, if I press D, I'm not pressing it anymore, it just keeps moving. So I just press S, keeps moving, tap W, keeps moving, tap D, A, S. So we'll close that, and we'll go to our object player. We'll go add event on create. That's basically when the objects gets created. We'll go set friction to 0.5, and that basically allows our player to slow down. So if I run it again here and move around, as you can see, tap D, tap D, tap W, ASD, WASD, all that stuff happens. So that is objects and a bit more sprites, and yeah, I'm going to end off the video here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.